Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any question, please write me at walkwithtak@gmail.com. I love to hear from you, and I will answer your question promptly. I'm very excited that this Saturday I'm going to cook at the U of I Matsuri, which is a spring festival organized by the Japan House. And I'm going to set up a tent where I'm going to cook different kind of fried rice to demonstrate my fast cooking system, as well as you can get a taste of this fried rice. So if you're around, I hope that you can join me. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to cook a soy tofu puff dish with Chinese sausages, as well as with bok choy and mushroom. I'm going to cook this dish outdoor, use my outdoor 64,000 BTU burner, and this video is a demonstration of the flexibility of stir frying, as well as I would like to introduce you to use Chinese sausage as a condiment to season your dish, as well as use soy tofu puff, something that which I really enjoy. And if you have never had it before, I think you would like that too. It is very different from tofu because it has a different kind of texture. Chinese sausages brings back a lot of childhood memory because I ate a lot of them when I was a kid. They mainly used as a condiment rather than main ingredients. They come in different types. They can be pork, chicken, duck, and they usually are being preserved as a way to help keep meat. And this is an ancient way for preserving meat. And now you can buy them in packages, look something like this. And when I get them, when I'm ready to cook them, I just slide them into thin slices and add it to my dish. I'm never a great fan of tofu, but I love soy tofu puff. Now the soy tofu puff is very different. They are deep fried tofu, actually in very high temperature. And when you cut open the soy tofu puff, you notice that it has a almost a lettuce matrix inside. The soy tofu puff is excellent for stir frying. Now, when I prepare the soy tofu puff, I first add some of my basic seasoning mix, which is a good way to season the soy tofu puff. And then I add some boiling water to the soy tofu puff. This will soften it. And you can buy my basic seasoning mix from Amazon, and I have them available. And it is a great way to enhance the natural flavor of the ingredients. I have left a link below if you want to purchase it. But of course, you can also make up your own seasoning mix by take a look at the ingredients that are in this seasoning mix. I cooked this dish on my 64,000 BTU outdoor burner. I was practicing how to use this burner at this high heat intensity in order for me to get acquainted with this burner for me to cook at the Matsuri on Saturday. This burner runs like a jet engine, as one viewer pointed out, so never try to cook with this kind of burner inside. I cook this dish actually is to go over a pan-fried spaghetti pasta noodles, and you can take a look at this video how I pan-fry the spaghetti pasta noodles, which is an excellent way to use spaghetti noodles. In addition to the soy tofu puff and the Chinese sausages, I also use Chinese baby bok choy as well as portobello mushroom to cook this dish. It makes this dish not only tasty but also nutritionally well balanced. I start out with about 2 tablespoons of canola oil, and almost immediately I add the bok choy to the wok. I start out with the bok choy because then it takes longer time to cook. As you see here, cooking outdoor is very different than cooking indoor because everything happens so quickly because of the high BTU produced by the burner. So you must have everything prepared as much as possible because you have no time to look for ingredients. You need to act almost immediately. And then I next add the lapchung. Now this is again a method of sequential cooking. I add the ingredients that I need to cook longer first, and I add those ingredients that I do not want to cook as long at a later time period. Then everything will be cooked to about the right texture as you would like. And after quickly stir fry, as you can see the bok choy cooked down quite a bit, the next is that I'm going to add some thinly sliced portobello mushroom. Again, because I want the portobello mushroom to be only lightly cooked, I add them to a later time point. Now, this is an example of demonstrating that by having things in advance prepping, you can use many different ingredients because you don't have to prep them separately before you cook. Instead, you just look for what you need. Now, the high BTU burner works really, really well. The next is that I'm ready to add my soy tofu puff. Now, the soy tofu puff has been soaked in boiling water to soften the texture. And I also have added my basic seasoning mix to the boiling water. This will provide the soy tofu puff a nice texture. Also, it will give it the flavor. I add everything, including the hot water, to the wok. As you can see, there water sitting at the bottom of the wok. And the reason is that because I want to create a fair amount of sauce that to go over the noodles. Now, normally, I am not a person who like to have heavy sauce. I like to have dish have only a very light sauce, so I can best taste the flavor of the food ingredients. However, when it comes to noodles, it's kind of like spaghetti noodles. You want sauce to go over the noodles. So in this case, I let the water stay inside the soy tofu puff and add everything to the wok and cook them all together. Now, there are many different ways for you to season this dish, depending on what is your personal preference. I decided I'm going to season the dish with a slight teriyaki flavor because I do like that savory together with a touch sweet flavor. So I'm going to start out by adding some oyster sauce, which will provide a nice umami flavor to the dish. However, since I already have my basic seasoning mix that I add to the soy tofu puff, so I only add just a very small amount of oyster sauce. I'm going to mix everything and do a taste test and decide how I want to make further adjustment to the flavor of the dish. This is a good approach which I often use in what I call flavor chasing. Each time when I cook, I always change my flavor slightly because it depends on the type of ingredients that I use. Now for this dish, I decided I wanted to be a little bit sweeter. Actually, I turn off the heat now. The dish is cooked. And I'm going to add a touch of hoisin sauce that will bring a little bit sweetness to the dish. A few quick stir, the dish is done. The dish cooked very rapidly. In fact, the cook time is only about 5 minutes. And you can imagine this attributed to the high BTU of the burner. And this is probably one of the favorite dish that we cook on a routine basis because we both love the spaghetti pan fry noodles, and we also enjoy lapchang and soy tofu puff. These three ingredients, when combined with vegetables such as the bok choy that I use in this dish, create a wonderful flavor and texture. And then on top of that, the mushroom also adds another element to make this dish truly amazing, at least for us. And this is the beauty of home cooking because you can bring together all the elements that you like about a particular dish and combine them in a way that nobody else will able to combine that for you. When you're able to do this, you become your own very best cook. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine using my fast cooking system. If you'd like to learn more about this cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.